Good day everyone. Today we're going to present our redesigned version of Irasatoya, a widely used free clip art illustration website created by Mr. Takayashi Mifune. Despite being managed by a single individual, Irasatoya has gained immense popularity, especially in Japan, because of its extensive library of high-quality illustrations. Our goal is to modernize Irasatoya's design and functionality to ensure that it meets the needs of diverse users. Let's begin by understanding why Irasatoya is an important platform and why it is worth improving. First, Irasatoya is a powerhouse in the world of free illustrations, attracting 3.3 million monthly visits, which makes it a go-to resource for creatives across the globe. Also, unlike premium stock image sites, Irasatoya offers royalty-free illustration, making it an invaluable tool for users who can't afford expensive subscriptions. But beyond functionality, Irasatoya holds cultural significance. Its illustrations are deeply embedded in Japanese digital culture, and its influence has spread internationally. However, despite these strengths, there are several usability issues we intend to solve. First is the language barrier. Since the website is only available in Japanese, it forces other users to rely on external translation tools. Next is the poor navigation bar, and the homepage is a wall of thumbnails and categories with no clear organization, which is inconvenient for most of the users. Lastly, the website's design is outdated. In an era where sleek, intuitive interface is the norm, Rasatoya's cluttered and outdated aesthetics do not satisfy the modern users. Bar, and the homepage is a wall of thumbnails and categories with no clear organization.
The target users or client for these Rasatoyo websites are the target graphic designers, educators, non-Japanese speakers, the webs developers, UI/UX designers, digital marketers, and even the users designers who uses stock images.
Hello, I am here to discuss to you the step-by-step guide on how to use the redesigned website of irasatoya.com. So the original website, Irasatoya, emphasizes on function over form. As you can see here, this is a long scroll to get what you need, and then the convoluted way to search, and then all of this is in Japanese. So as a user, you can understand and you'll be overloaded with so much information that you'll have a hard time browsing through the website. So we redesigned this with the concept that uh, with the user interaction in mind, shifting toward user-centered and then interaction-driven approach. So the key improvements here is that we changed the language. So we translated from Japanese to English, and then we have here the sidebar, the prominent search bar, and then the categories. We just group them here. This persists while you're scrolling throughout the page, and then the banner. These are content blocks that are visually distinct, so they guide you or they tells you about the website itself, and then as well as the current collaborations they had with other websites or pop culture references. So, and then here we have the most popular illustrations, it's like for today, for the month, and then of all time. Now let's proceed to the help. So this is another section, the navbar, which streamlines the sections of the web pages. So let's go to help. So this is the help center. So instead of the long and then overwhelming text dump that we experienced from last time, we've used an accordion type layout. So here, if you click this sections, it will spread out and then provide you with all the necessary information you need for general questions, and then if you want questions on technicalities. And then here we have some sidebar again, we change it. So if you click here, it will redirect you to the section relevant to it. So here, let's go back to frequently asked questions. Such. This is a more intentional approach, user-centered design. So it's fast to browse and then easy to navigate, and it aligns on how people actually look for help. Now let's proceed to the another section, which is the contact us. Here in the original web sub-center. So instead of the long and then overwhelming text dump that we experienced from last time, we've used an accordion type layout. So here, if you click this sections, it will, like the users has stated, or there's no submit request form in the original website. You need to email the creator directly. So here we just streamlined it everything. We just created a form and then a category so that every user request are categorized and then provided email, and then the message area is large, and then it visually invites the user, if they have some questions, to provide detailed queries for their questions. Then the submit button will submit it to the server if they have some backend. Okay, let's proceed to the main the core essence of this website, which is searching for illustrations and then download it. So the old website, if as you can see here, there are two search bar. One is for Japanese, one is for English. Then there's another search bar at the bottom. I don't know what this serves as, what's purpose. And then browsing through the catalog of illustrations here, we have here, and we have another here. But in this website, we just there are two search bar. One is for Japanese, one is for English. So we have illustrations and then categories. So let's try to click one. It will redirect us to the gallery, which is the repositories of all illustrations related to a category or search. So food, jobs, sports, seasons. We can add more categories in here, but so far this is the only categories that we've implemented. So aside from this, we can filter more through all of these categories. So let's say I am in the category of tools, and then I want to search for a hammer, so it will filter it, and we can reset the filter, and then it will show us all of the illustrations that we have. So let's say flower, and then it shows the flower. So the uniform layout also reinforces predictability. So it is in a grid-like pattern, supporting parallel visual processing. This reduces time and effort need to find a specific illustration, and then instead of navigating away and then disrupting the flow. So when you click on this, the old website will just redirect you to another website, and then that will prompt and disrupt the flow of the browsing experience. Instead, in this redesign, we've implemented a modal overlay. So if we click on this, it will pop the illustration, and then a modal will appear. And then we have the features like their title, then what category, and then we can download it. We can browse to using this left and right tick buttons, and then we can download it. So let's try to download one, and that's the overall function of this modal. We can share this to our social media accounts, and then about this, or use the design with Canva to use it on your projects. With clear actions based on these points of interest, as a user can decide and act immediately. Then we can return to browsing without losing context, because we can just click the X button. That's easy. This is a lightweight and efficient approach and interaction between the user that improves the task flow and user satisfaction. Overall, it's a smarter and efficient way to present visual content that aligns with how people actually browse. And then that's all for the demonstration of the website.
Human-computer interaction, or HCI, played a crucial role throughout the development of our UI/UX design project. It served as our foundation, guiding each decision we made from our first brainstorming session to the final prototype. In the beginning, we had a very surface-level understanding of what makes a design effective. But through the course, we learned that human-computer interaction, or HCI, played a crucial role throughout the design is not just about aesthetics. It's about usability, accessibility, and the emotional experience of the user. HCI principles taught us how to prioritize user needs and behavior. These helped us implement features like tooltips, in-context help, and an organized fact section, ensuring that users could easily understand and navigate the system. Our design choices were always guided by how real users would interact with the platform. We made sure to gather feedback, refine our workflows, and continuously improve the interface to make it more intuitive and less overwhelming. One of the most important realizations we gained from this course is that building a good system is not just about making it work, it's about making it work for people. Lastly, we learned that design is never final. It's an ongoing process of listening, testing, and iterating based on real user feedback. That mindset has been one of the most valuable takeaways from our journey in this course.
As we work on this project, I've learned how improving a website's user interaction and accessibility can affect the user's experience. I also gained hands-on experience in applying design principles such as clarity, consistency, and user-centered thinking to create more intuitive interfaces. This project highlights how thoughtful layout and structure can greatly enhance both usability and user satisfaction.
Throughout this project, from the redesigning of the Erasotile website to its actual prototype, this project taught us that good website needs to be easy to use, not just to look nice. We learned it's important to think of what the users needs and want, like being able to find things easily and understand the rules for using the images. We also saw how important it is to make the website work for everyone, even if they speak different languages. So by making the website easy and easy to use, we can help more people to navigate and use the website stress-free.
Throughout the course, learning human-computer interaction shown me that a good design is not just about the aesthetics, but also the user experience, how satisfying it feels to use a certain software or website. It also taught us that solving real user problems through intentional evidence-based approaches with concepts like usability, feedback, and user-centered design. All of this comes to life when you are working on something practical like redesigning the website erasotile.com. I saw firsthand how small details like adding clear labels, structured forms, and modals can drastically improve the usability of a certain of the website. Um, it's the course also taught me to always ask why this design works and not just use it. This mindset will guide me on my future development work in other to be more thoughtful, efficient, and user oriented. Not just in web design, which is not my forte, to be honest, but in other areas I'm passionate about, like video games and game development, where creating intuitive and engaging player experiences is just as important.
So, this human-computer interaction course provided a deeper understanding of how thoughtful design shapes user experience. It emphasized that good design is not just about aesthetics, but about creating systems that are intuitive, accessible, and centered around user needs. Through hands-on projects and real-world evaluation, it highlighted how critical user feedback, testing, and iterative design are in developing systems that truly serve their users effectively.